Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, those of you who have been with us since the beginning, and those of you that have been with us here and there's about, and those of you that have poked in and out, and those of you that are contemplating subscription, as well as those of you who have just subscribed. Yes, you're walking with Mr. Clay. I'm Mr. Clay, and we're in the book of Isaiah, chapter 14. Yes. On yesterday we talked about the fall of the kingdom of Babylon, how the Most High has shown the prophet Isaiah about the king of Babylon and how that it will be subdued by the Medes. He mentioned the Most High mentioned the Medes. Now we're in Isaiah chapter 14. And we see in our world today how that there's a repeat of things. You have Babylon was the superpower of that day. The same thing with the Persian. They were three superpowers of that day. But they rose in succession. At the time that Babylon was at its height, the Most High was preparing the Persian Empire. Yes, that's who he's preparing. Now you see how the Most High had raised up one superpower here in this day. This is where I'm coming from. And again, there was a power that was low. These people, you would never think they would even rise up. They were riddled with drugs and all kind of being ran over, third world to be nothing. And so now what happens? They are the superpower of the world now, and it's getting to the point where even the one that we knew as we knew it is about to be subdued. It's just a matter of time. Isaiah chapter 14. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the I am for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. This is what he's saying about the people of Babylon. The people of Babylon that were over them. Now the Most High shall subdue Babylon. And it shall come to pass in that day that the I am shall give thee rest from thy sorrow. Is he talking about with the New Jerusalem and all? No, he's not talking about that. He's talking about after the fall of Babylon. And from thy fear and from thy hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, and the golden city ceased? The I am have broken off the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers, and he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nation in anger and persecuted, and none hindereth, and the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing, yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. Hell from beneath is moved for thee, to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It has raised up from the thrones of the kings of the nations. And all they that shall speak and say unto thee, art thou come become as weak as we are? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought to the grave, the noise of thy vials, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. He's talking about the graves. He's talking about he's going to take Babylon and subdue it and bring them down into the dust of the ground where all the dead are. There's no big spiritual thing about this. There's no hell right there in that context of that passage right there. There's nothing there. He's talking about you're going to be brought down. You're going to be the same as any other person. You are the one that exalted yourself while you was yet living. You said we are the greatest. You said that we are, no one can defeat us. Our money, our financial systems, everything, can nobody defeat us. But now you brought low to nothing. Less than nothing. Yes. And he gets to the point, he says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, thou son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? He's not talking about the nations that were under the rule of Babylon, is what the Most High is referring to. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will descend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. Although he was swayed by the spirits, he was swayed by the spirits that can easily sway the thoughts and hearts of men, according to, should I say, Jubilees chapter 12 and verse 20. He says, this is the plight of any superpower or any leader, to be beside themselves before the creator of all things, spirits and flesh, earth, stars, moon. This is the plight of men, and you can, even in this day, you can about point your finger to who is causing themselves to be that way. But they're doing it in a way that you will not recognize it. But the fact is, eventually they're going to declare themselves, and that's when they're going to be brought low. He says, now, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell. That means the grave, to the sides of the pit. That's not the lake of fire. That's not the hell spoken of by Enoch. And they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake the kingdom? Oh, you just like us. The king of Babylon is what he's talking about, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, and opened not the house of his prisoners. All the kings of the nation, even all of them that lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as a raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with sword, that go down to the stones of the pits, as a carcass trodden under foot. He says, thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land, and thy slain thy people, and the seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquities of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Now you can go for more in studying the history of the conquest of Babylon by the Medes and the Persians, or the Persians and the Medes, however you want to put it. Now he gets to his point. The Most High get to the point. For I will raise up against them, saith the I am of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, the remnant, and the son, and the nephew, with, saith the I am. And I will also make it a possession for the bittern, and pools of water will I sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith the I am of hosts. Now, he goes again. The I am of hope has sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass. As I have purposed, so shall it stand. That I will break the Assyrian in my hand. In other words, this is another destruction the Most High is going to bring about also. And upon my mountains tread him under feet. Then shall his yoke depart from off them, and his burden depart from off their shoulders. This is the purpose that is purposed upon the whole earth, that is in the hand that is stretched out upon all the nations. For the I am of hope has purposed, and who shall disannul it? Who are you to say, oh, it's not going to happen? They're not going to defeat us. We're the superpower. We are G.I. Joes and all this stuff. No, it ain't going to be like that. No, I'm talking in slang a little bit here. He says, and his hand is stretched out, and who shall turn it back? He's saying, hold it, I'm going to get you, Babylon, and you, Assyria, and y'all going to become servants. Now, Isaiah says, now, in the year that King Ahaz died was this burden. Now, he was given this vision and he was given this prophecy the year of the death of King Ahaz. He said, rejoice thou not, whole Palestina. Palestine is what they call it. Philistina, or whatever you, Palestina. It's still the land of Canaan, either way. It's just been renamed. Because the rod of him that smote thee is broken. For out of the serpent's root shall come forth a cockatrice. This is a type of snake, yes. His fruit shall be a fiery flying serpent. And the firstborn of the poor shall feed, and the needy shall lie down in safety. And I will kill thy root with famine. He's talking about the Philistines, or Philistia, Palestine, however you want to put it. Philistine. And he shall slay thy remnant. And this is what is happening. Even to this day, they're being slain and put down to the ground. Howl, O ye gate, cry, O city, thou whole Palestina art dissolved, for there shall come forth from the north a smoke, and from none shall be alone in its appointed times. Now you have to realize the Medes and the Persians were in the north, yes, beyond the Euphrates. What shall one of them answer the messengers of the nations, that the I Am hath founded Zion, and the poor of his people shall trust in it? In other words, the Most High, you see the heathen warring around you, big bombs, vast armies, and high technological weaponry. But the Most High says, you're going to be brought down to nothing. I'm going to bring this one against this one, and I'm going to bring this one against this one, and it's going to be nothing. That's what the Most High is saying. We watch. He's saying, hold it, Israel. Get your popcorn and watch and see what I'm doing here. And then take up your arms, for many of them are going to be your servants. They're going to serve you. But you are going to rule with equity, according to the laws, statutes, and ordinances of the Most High. And this has happened even in the book of, should I say, Ezra, Nehemiah. These things have happened right here. This prophecy has come to pass. Regardless of how the author puts it, or the translator put it, or whoever did what they did, this has happened. And it's written in the book of Nehemiah, the book of Ezra, when they returned and they rebuilt the temple and they went and served the Most High. Yes, they did. All glory and praises to the Most High. Yes. And if we keep those things that are right before the Most High, even his statutes, laws, ordinances, we will have peace.